Good evening, everybody. Bernie here from Stampin' Up, and I've got Rich here with me. Who
Hello.
we got in? Hi, Leslie Ann.
Hi.
Hi there, and hello, everybody else that's joining the live or maybe even going to be watching on the replay. Where we are, Tuesday, the 24th of June today. So next week it's July already, eh? Yeah.
Something happened on the weekend.
Hi, Monica.
It was the shortest day in the southern hemisphere and longest day in the northern hemisphere.
Winter solstice, yes. And Rich got home from Hamilton today and it wasn't that dark. So it's happened quickly, eh?
Yeah, it's switching.
Anyway, yes. So I'm just feeling a little bit fragile this evening. I woke up this morning to, I'm going to start crying. Oh, every time I want to talk about it, I want to cry. My closest friend in South Africa's son passed away very tragically. He very sadly took his life on Friday, and she let me know this morning that our time zone, New Zealand time zone, that they had only found his body yesterday. So yeah, I'm just
feeling a bit fragile.
Really fragile. Anyway, so this is where I wish I could put a card in the mail for her, but this card would never get there because it just doesn't, mail doesn't get to South Africa. Sorry, I'm just so sad. Thank you, Monica. So let me go over to my desk, and this technique, sorry, I should not have mentioned it. This technique is actually one I saw on, I think it was the Stampin' Up official website that Serena, she's one of our Ruth Artful Stamping followers, so help me out. Hi, Anne. Hello. And did you have your surgery today? I'm sure it was today. Thank you, Leslie Ann. So, yeah, I think this is a technique that Serena showed on the Stampin' Up website. And I just, when I saw it, I thought, oh, my word, I have to try this. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm going to be stamping matters. Yes, Serena, what is her last name? I'll have to go and look it up. She is a artisan. She's also a Stampin' Up artisan on the artisan team. So if you didn't see that, it's pretty cool. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I just loved the effect. So let's get started. I'm using some Secret Sea and Cloud Cover tonight. And I'm also using the DSP from the storybook. She's watching with one eye. Did it go well? No, I know. I know. Serene, it's Serine. It's her last name that I have the difficulty with. I have no idea how to pronounce her last name, and I can normally pronounce Dutch. If she's Dutch, I already don't want to butcher her last name. So I'm just using my standard card base for this. And I've got a piece of cloud cover. So my cloud cover was 4 inches by 5 3/4 that I cut on the diagonal from the top right to the bottom left. So I've got a piece of that and a piece of that. So that's what the design is going to be. So let's do that beautiful stamping. So what do I need for this? Okay, I've decided that I wanted to use the blooming phrases. Oh, I'm so glad that it went well. Thank you, Margaret. Hello, Margaret, and thank you. Yes, my friend's name is Jenny, and she's been through a lot in all the years I've known her. So yeah. Anyway, blooming phrases. This is what I want to use, and so we're going to need some Whisper White. So you're going to need some Whisper White, and this is what Serena showed us. So you're basically using this stamp like a reversible. So instead of us using the side that's, hang on, I need black. Instead of using the side where the design has been cut into the photopolymer, I'm going to flick it over for the first step and just mount that on my ink, on my acrylic block, and picking up some white, I'm just going to stamp the first one there, and I'm going to stamp this one, and I'm just turning my ink pad. Oh, I hope I've got enough ink on these. It's looking like it's getting empty. And there, I don't know if you can pick this up at all on the camera. You can see it though, hey Rich? I don't know if you can see this. Yes. I'll bring it up to the camera.
Yeah, it's quite faint though. But yeah, you can see it on the camera.
Can you see it on the camera?
Yep.
Yeah, you can, hey? Excellent. Now make sure you clean that really well, because we need to turn it over shortly and use the proper side. And then I'm just going to bring these little flowers that are on in the stamp set. And again, I'm just using the back end, and I'm just going to bring in my stamps, sort of, you know, when we do our one sheet wonders and we nestle those stamps into the flowers. That's what I had in mind.
So Leslie Ann's got all techno on us tonight. She's in stereo mode.
Oh, wow.
Big screen on audio and mobile for texting.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, I don't know that I want to hear myself in stereo. Oh, that's hysterical. Oh, funny. Right, so I'm flicking that over.
Monica says the Stamping Matters lady is, well, I'm going to pronounce it. I think it's easy.
Go for it.
Is it Serene, the first
Serene?
name? Serene Zederveld.
Zederveld.
That's how you will sound that in good old Dutch. Zederveld.
Stamping Matters. Excellent. That is
Serene
her.
Zederveld.
That's who it is. Okay, so I've now turned the stamp to the correct way around, and I'm actually using Cajun Craze, inking that up, and I'm just going to bring this down a little bit so that I can see, and aiming it onto that white block as best I can. Right. Excellent. What time are we here, Margaret? Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock for you. I'm assuming it's your Monday night. It is now 7:08 p.m. on Tuesday evening. So we are, I don't know how to do the math on that. So we are 24 minus 4, so we're about 20 hours ahead of you. Yeah. You're a late owl, a night owl. I don't know that I would be able to be awake at 11 o'clock at night and stamp and be so awake. Mind you, I think we've got a class coming up. Is it this Friday night? Hey, okay, I'm bringing out some pecan pie. What have I done with that stamp? And I've just put my little flowers on the right way and just stamping up my pecan pie. And now I'm nestling those onto the white, looking for the big daisy, and then I'm just rotating my stamp to go over it. So there's a little, like a bulge there, which is where the big daisy belongs. Okay. And like that. You are a night owl. Excellent. Very good. So if you are still awake at 11 o'clock at night, what time do you wake up in the morning? Rich and I are very much early birders. You'll be awake at easily at 5, won't you, love? and I reluctantly, thank you, Monica, I reluctantly wake up at 6 in the mornings.
Well, that's weekdays. So
That's
I'm up early
weekdays.
in the weekdays.
Yeah.
But weekends tend to, where possible, sleep in a little bit.
We do.
Where possible, I suppose. Some people have classes at 6 a.m.
That's true. Yeah, when we've got Ruth's classes, well, the Aussie girls, they wake up even earlier than me. So
it's just hardcore.
That's dedication. I'm just checking it. I've actually opened. Yeah, that's right. That's like real dedication. 7 or 7:30 in the morning. Oh, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Okay, this is going to be a really quick card tonight.
It's looking lovely.
It's a really pretty. So I want to tell you how this card started. So I wanted to do this stamping. So I stamped it exactly like this, but I did it on a full 4 by 3 1/4. And I had the whole thing full. And then I had the sentiment, and I took it to Rich and I said, I don't know, there's something wrong. There's something flat about this card. And as I was talking to him, I had the idea of putting the plaid with the crazy. The idea just came to me in the moment. I didn't think of it while I was making the first prototype. And so I went back to my craft room and made it again. And this is what you've got. You're up at about 6 in the morning. Yes, so are we. And it's a bit of a, I agree. I don't like waking up early in the morning, Monica. Okay, so I'm just going to do the just because, stamping it up with some memento. I'm going to do some heat embossing. All right. I'm going to put it across there. I'm going to leave. Oh, actually, I'll take this off. I just want to clean this first, and I just want to show you a little trick that I do when I don't have a die. So let's just get the powder on here. Yeah, I tend to, if I'm left, if I don't have to wake up for Rich for work, I tend to wake up if I'm left about 6:30. Hey, love.
Yeah, 6:30 for 7.
People, you banging that cord, love. So yeah, about 6:30. But I don't know, on a weekend, my body just goes, oh, it's weekend. Shall I wake you up at 5 o'clock? It's like, no, I want to sleep in. Every weekend, just about, hey?
Yep.
Just about. Okay, let's dry this with the heat tool. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to bring this stamp back. And I'm just going to place it over where I have just heat embossed it. And using my pencil, I'm just going to outline around, very lightly, outline around it. Cool. There we go. And now I can take my paper snips. This Leanne gets to wake at 3 and wake at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. That is just crazy. 3 a.m. So all I'm doing now is I'm just cutting on that outline, and that means it's going to, hi Vicky, enjoy your Connect group. Oops, hold on, I'm going skew. Oh gosh. Note to self, do this on lighter paper next time, Bernie. It's not that easy when it's on dark.
Pen says they have a -7 degree frost mornings.
Oh, that is so cold. Yeah, our kids came back from Queenstown on Friday night, and they dropped off our luggage because we'd lent them some luggage to take down, and they dropped it off on Sunday evening, eh?
Yeah.
And they were showing us photos of their trip, and it was bitterly cold. Frost. Okay, I'm using this beautiful new cloud cover ribbon. I like to cut mine in half. I tend to like to cut mine in half, and I'm just going to use my Tammy technique. It's not my technique, it's just Tammy Wilson's way of doing bows. So I'm just going to go around, loop it around your fingers, and then you just slip it through here, pull it over. I've got that right. I think I've got that right. Yep, there we go. Pull it over, and it gives this gorgeous, if you've seen her bows, Tammy Wilson's bows, this is called a Tammy bow. She demonstrated this many, many years ago on her YouTube channel. And I like to just give it a good tug in the middle. And what her bow does is it gives these pretty, pretty loops, which I love, and a nice center. So I'm just looking for my glue dots. What does Vicky say? Predicting snow in the mountains tomorrow. Oh, so you're also going to have a chilly. Is there a lot of flu going around over in Aussie as well? Because there's certainly a lot of it going around in the North Island at the moment. See how pretty that bow is? Look at that.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful bow. Okay, so I'm just going to get some black dimensionals. So I'm not going to put dimensionals where the where that bow thingy is. So I'm just turning it over so that I can see. Oh, it didn't come off. So that I can see where I need those dimensionals. Mum's gone shopping today. That's why she's not on the live. Hi, Mum. I know you said you're going to watch the replay. Okay. So just aiming for that gap, popping that in there. Hang on, that looks a bit skew. Excellent. And I might just slip that piece of ribbon through there. Nice. And trim this off. Pretty. Look at that. Love that. I love a pretty ribbon. It is pretty, eh, Monica? I know. It's just something about the plaid and florals combination. Now, I haven't experimented yet putting the ends of these. So apparently what you're meant to do is use the end part of this blooming phrase and then stamping that over there, if that makes sense. So apparently that's how you're meant to use it. I haven't played around with it today, so that's, yeah, sort of goes over there. Yeah, I haven't played around with it yet. And to be honest, I'm not really in the mood for that tonight, so I'm just going to stick with a simple inside. And then our card is done. Very good. You like it sticking? Good. Excellent. I'm glad you approve. Let's get that open. There we go. Very cool. I've actually started taking all my extra cards and donating them to our church ladies, putting them in a box so that they can use them. Because as we all know, we make so many cards. It's ridiculous. There we are, ladies. So that was a very short one from me tonight. But I really, really love how that has come together. So if you haven't had a play yet with Serena's technique, do try it. Have a play with different colors. I just used my colors from the DSP as the suggestion colors here because I knew obviously that would work, and the Secret Sea and the cloud color go together so beautifully. And as we know, blue and orange work well on the color wheel. Those of us that are at stamping school, you know, we're learning these things, so it's always good to put it into into practice. So that's me for tonight. Hey, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's us for tonight. You're welcome, Monica. We will be back, Lord willing, next Tuesday night. And just remember to give everyone you love a hug, and don't forget to tell them that you love them. Okay. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.